What's good, everybody? If you're here right now, more than likely you're trying to start your YouTube channel for the first time, and you maybe want to get some extra income or some replacement income from your job because you probably want to leave that and start doing something that you really are passionate about doing, or that you really have a skill in, something like that. Now, what a lot of people try to do is they try to start vlogging. They want to have that reality TV style thing going for their own personal life, or just doing what they see other YouTubers do. And also they probably want to make videos on different topics that they're interested in, and everything's kind of all over the place. Stop trying to focus on that this year. I'm going to tell you a much better way. Let me show you the strategies that I use to build a channel up to almost 50,000 subscribers. And I was able to do that after getting monetized from doing about 11 videos, and then everything opened up from there. Now, I'll also be showing you some of the things that I use when I taught my students here, where they were able to get 1,000 subscribers within around a 30-day period. And my second student here that you can see, they got monetized in about 20 days, got over 2,000 subscribers in that time frame and got monetized. So we're going to learn some of those strategies. And also I'm going to be teaching those very same strategies on February 22nd, which is actually tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video. And we're going to do a free training where I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to unlock growth strategies on YouTube and success on YouTube. Now, it's free. You can register down below in the description. And if you're unable to meet us there at the time to see it live, then you'll get a replay sent to you. But you definitely want to register if you're going to be able to get that replay. And if you show up live, there will be some extra bonuses for you. Now, look, for the purpose of this video, we're not going to be showing you how to actually get your channel created, like going to Google and all of that stuff. But really, all you have to do is go to Google. If you have a Gmail, then you know how to do that. Go to Google, or really go to YouTube and hit create account, and it's going to walk you through the steps of creating a new Gmail account, and then you'll have a YouTube attached to that, and then you can go from there. But the main thing that we're going to be talking about today is ATC. This is how you're going to go about getting your channel started and growing your channel on YouTube this year. Now, the A is for attention, and with this, you want to get people's attention, more specifically, get your audience's attention, which is the right people that are going to want to consume your content, buy the things that you have to buy. If you don't have any things now, of course, you can come up with stuff later. But this is where you get people's attention, and you have to find the right audience, not just any audience, if you want to see success on YouTube. A lot of time, you might have heard of people buying subscribers and stuff like that. If you do that, it won't translate well in the end. And I really don't think YouTube allows a lot of that stuff to really work now. But basically, you wouldn't get people to buy your products and services later. You wouldn't have people that actually are interested in watching your content. So stuff like that is pretty much out the window. So the first thing that you need to do in regards to getting the right audience is you have to sit down with a pen and paper or on your laptop, and you want to think about what is your niche going to be. Now, you might have heard this a lot, and you might have heard some people say you don't have to worry about a niche, but this is something that I've seen to be very successful in helping a channel grow and find the right people faster. So a niche is basically going to be what you want to talk about, what you're going to be explaining on your channel or teaching on your channel. And this is going to be something very specific to a group of people, not just, age and demographics like that. You want to actually know a topic that people are interested in or need help in, and that's what you want to focus on. Like, for instance, my first channel that I grew to almost 50,000, with that one, it was about helping people with their credit. They were looking to purchase a house. And, you could also help people with their credit that were looking to get a job or to get a car. Those are specific niches that you can do under the credit umbrella. Maybe you are somebody that helps people with skiing that are just first-time skiers, or maybe you teach people how to do plumbing that are first-time plumbers, or you teach advanced plumbing tactics to advanced plumbers. All of these different things could be a niche, and you really have to sit down and think about what's going to be the best thing for you. Now, what I tell people to do is you really want to kind of think about what are some things that you are passionate about, and what are some of the things that you actually have skills or experience in, and you want to think about how can you best go about your channel, which one is going to be the best one for you to do. And if you actually have skills or experience in something and you are, confident enough to teach about it or to explain it, then that might be the route that you want to go. Or if you're really passionate about something like helping a certain group of people with issues that they've dealt with, or maybe just cooking or baking, you're passionate about that, you can start a channel around that. Just think about which one is going to be the best one for you. Now, once you have picked a niche and you know what that's going to be, now what you need to do is actually figure out what other related topics fit underneath that niche because in whatever it is that you're going to help people, usually it's a few categories of things that you could talk about. For instance, when I was helping people learn about their personal credit, there are different parts that go into that. One part would be building credit, like actually getting a credit card or a loan and building your credit. Another part could be trying to get negative items off of your credit report, which is a whole different topic, which has a whole lot of information that's totally different from the building credit side. And then there's the stuff that you need to know when you're actually going to the lenders to actually apply for these things. What are they looking for? What does your credit need to look like? What are their systems going to be looking at when you input your information in there? So you can see that these are three different topics underneath the niche that help people get towards the goal. So you want to think about what is it that I can look at that's related to this topic that are parts that are within the topic that I can also talk about, because you don't want to just have just one thing specifically to talk about. Now, the next thing that you want to do is some keyword research so that you can figure out what keywords are actually the best ones to use for those particular topics in your particular niche. And those keywords are going to be very key in how you're going to be using YouTube going forward. Now, things are going to be important with this, and I'm not going to dive deep into this, but I will give you some more information on how to do that at the end. So stick around for that. But basically, what you want to do is see which ones have a lot of search volume and not as much competition. And that's going to show you ones that you can, keywords that you can actually rank a little bit faster for or get a lot of attention upfront from your interested audience. So these are things that you want to very much so pay attention to because they can help you get a lot of attention really fast. And then once you know what those keywords are, then you can use those in your description and in your title and sometimes in your thumbnail as well, so that the people that you are, trying to reach, they can see those words and know that this video is for them. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is time. And with time, what we want to do is actually get their time from them, or get them to want to spend time with us rather. So with this, it's going to be a few ingredients that go into making a person want to give their time to you on a channel. Now, some things, what are some things that actually make you want to spend more time watching a video? If you've noticed anything in particular that helps you to stick within a YouTube video longer, put those things down in the comments, and then everyone can look at your comments and they can see if the similar things are keeping people within videos. And then you all can look at that and see, okay, well, this is something that a lot of people are saying. Maybe this is something that I can actually put or implement into my videos, which will help keep people longer. But I'm going to go ahead and list out a few that I know. One is going to be topic confidence. So in the niche that you've picked and the topics that you've picked, you should be proficient and have a lot of understanding about them, right? So this is going to lead to topic confidence. So with that, anything that you talk about with confidence is usually something that you know about. You have a lot of information about it. You have a lot of experience within it, which is why I said you should pick niches that you have a passion in or that you have skills and experience in, because it's all going to translate over in your confidence. Because if you are, making videos and you sound like this right here, most people aren't going to really think that you know what you're talking about. And they're going to think you're just grasping at straws and just throwing information out there that you don't really know about. You have to know what you're talking about to sound confident in what you're talking about, and it will help people trust and believe in you and your knowledge and make them feel like they are actually getting good, useful information, which is what you want. Now, for my introverts out there, I'm also an introvert. When it comes to talking and speaking, that is not really my thing that I would normally just choose to do on a regular daily basis. But, in my time span of being an entrepreneur is something I've had to do to grow as an entrepreneur. So now I'm more comfortable doing it. At first it might feel a little bit awkward sitting in front of a camera, but it's definitely better than standing in front of, 10 people, let alone 100 people, and trying to say whatever it is. That topic confidence can still help you when you're doing those things. But, just try to practice in front of a camera and just recording it with, no strings attached, no scripts, no anything like that. Just practice sitting in front of a camera and just looking at the camera, talking into it about a topic that you know about, recording yourself, and then going back and look at the recording, seeing maybe some things you could do better or not. But after you do it a few times, you're going to get more comfortable. And also repetition helps with your topic confidence and with your confidence as an introvert. Just being able to speak in front of a camera, all of this is going to really help you out. So you want to definitely get some reps in, make some videos, practice it. And some of them are going to be your first videos. And, it's all right for them to not do too well. Don't think that it's because of whatever, what is it, insecurities that you might have about being an introvert and about your speaking ability and about how you sound. It has nothing to do with that. It's just going to be YouTube doing its thing while you're in the beginning phases of getting your channel started. So don't let that interfere with your confidence in moving forward. But just as an introvert, some things that you're going to have to just do and get done if you want to grow and see success on YouTube. Now, another thing that's going to help you is scripting, right? So with scripting, this is going to be you've mapped out what you want to talk about in specific areas. Usually what you want to do is, start with a nice intro. You want to then maybe in the intro, keep it as brief as possible and then get straight into the content. Have point number 1 about the topic, point number 2 and 3 about the topic, or however many points you need to make about the topic, however many steps you need to teach about the topic. Having this keeps you on point and on task. It keeps you from rambling off and talking about random things that you don't need to talk about. And it can help make your video a lot shorter because I need to hit this point and that point. You won't forget things. And it can be more planned out and thought out. And it just helps the overall feel of your video, which helps people want to stay longer because they can kind of see how things are going and flowing with consistency. And the first 30 seconds of every video is going to be very important because YouTube looks at this metric a lot to see if it's going to show your video to more people, as well as how long they stay after that. But those first 30 seconds are very key, a very key metric to showing YouTube that this is something of interest if people don't jump out within the first 30 seconds, because a lot of people do leave within that time frame. So make sure that your intro has a good hook and is very interesting. Now, also within the scripting, you want to script in your engagement, asking people for comments, asking people for likes, and possibly asking people to subscribe. Now, you want to put that into the script. The script is good because it can help you have a cue to put that in to the video. And that's also why you should go ahead and like this video. You're going to be wanting people to like your video when you start putting them out there. So you can, plant those seeds of good fate out there by putting some likes on this video too. So go ahead and do that for me. Hit that thumbs up so YouTube can show this to more people like you trying to figure out this information too. But scripting that in is very helpful, and it'll make sure that you do it every time and that you do it in a consistent way and a way that's helpful for your videos and your channel. It's very easy while going through the flow of a video to forget to say those things. Now, some specific strategies that you can use when you're trying to get people to stay longer in the video are going to be making videos that include lists, because lists have more than one item in it. Like I have make videos about grants on one of my channels. And with that, I'll mention more than one grant in the video. So a person needs to say, do the video to hear all of the grant options that are out there so that they don't miss one that might potentially apply to them. So keeping that in mind, you making lists will make people want to stick around to hear all of the information. Now, another thing you can do is implement stories. Now, stories, you can do this with a personal story or a story about a situation or a story about steps that can help people with something, or just throwing some stories and mixing all of these things in together, because stories help get people's attention because they want to, when you start the story, they want to see how the story ended. So that's something that can help you out in keeping people's time too. Now, lastly, on this point, we're going to talk about editing before we get to the next point, which we're going to talk about. And basically, editing can help you out because it is going to be the visual cues that you put into the video that are going to help people to want to keep their attention focused on what you're talking about. So you can have visual things up on the screen, like you can see the word time up on the screen here. And I'm not changing that right now, but you can see something on the screen. But having stats, having quotes and stuff like that pop up on the screen, social proof, all those things can help draw people's attention in and keep them from just looking at the same static image at one time. Now, right now, you can see me talking as well as what's on the screen. This isn't the best example of that in this video, but just telling you that these are some things that you can do in your editing, adding these things to draw people's attention in and keep them in longer. Also in editing, adding B-roll, like some images or a video that relate to a topic that you're talking about or something that you're saying in a moment or in a sentence. Having those things to pop up on the screen can be very helpful to keeping people's attention because they're, again, seeing different things pop up and it's not constantly the same thing on the screen. So that can help keep people's attention. Also with the editing, something that you can do is having moments where the camera zooms in and then zooms out And that can be another little visual thing that is happening to make it seem like there's some movement on the screen, which also helps to make things easier on the eyes and keep people's attention longer. Now we have the C in the ATC, and this is for continue. With continue, you basically want to keep them continuing on throughout all of the other videos that are on your channel. YouTube pays a lot of attention to session watch time, and this is how long a person is staying on YouTube and how many videos they're consuming within a certain time frame while they're on YouTube. And if they are hopefully spending a lot of time in sessions on your channel, that is going to make YouTube want to show this video more, especially to more people like the person watching the video, which if they're all into your content that they're watching that much, they must be a part of your audience and interested in what you talk about. So they're going to want to show it to more people. The more you help those people stick around longer on your channel watching your videos, then it's going to help YouTube to figure out your audience faster and help YouTube to get you more people like them. Now, here are a few ways that you can do that. You can create series on your channel. Like, let's say that you know that to accomplish a certain goal, a person might have to follow multiple steps. While you can do multiple steps in one video, you can also do a series of videos that cover that same topic and all of the steps, but cover the steps separately in each video. Or maybe you're telling a story, and then you can start one part of the story in the first video, and then you can, continue on in 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's something that you can do, like that lady. I forgot what her name is, but the lady that has, I think, 50 videos out talking about who did I marry? So yeah, that's an example of creating a series that keeps people watching. And she has definitely done a good job of doing that with storytelling. So that's something that you can implement within your videos within your channel and the videos within your channel. All right. Now, the easy way to actually make it work as far as getting people from one video to the next is going to be your end screens. When you're going through the process of uploading a video on YouTube, there are going to be end screens at the end that you can actually select what video they go to next. And when you do that, that's going to be very helpful in choosing what video this person goes to next. And you want to make sure that you are sending them to a video that's going to be like the next best step or the next lesson that they probably need to learn or the next video in the series that you created. That can be very helpful in making sure that you are getting those people to the next video that they need and making them want to stay because it's actually something that they need. Now, I know that this goes without saying, but you also have to stay consistent, right? So a lot of people get started, they make 1 video, 2 videos, maybe even 4, and then they do it sporadically. They only do it, every 2 weeks, they might drop these videos or however they do it. And then they don't see success with those videos and then they stop. So when you are consistent with the timing that you're dropping the videos, those people that like your content are going to be looking for that video or the next video to come out on that next date. When people used to watch shows on TV, the shows would come on at the same time, on the same day of the week at the same time. So people knew when the video was going to come or the episode was going to come out, and they would be waiting for that day to come so that they could see the next episode. People will do the same thing with your channel if you're uploading consistently and they know content is about to come versus, okay, I don't never really know when this person's going to do anything, so I'm really not going to pay too much attention. And you can't rely on YouTube subscription notifications all the time because sometimes they don't come through. So you definitely have to do a good job of being consistent so that people know, because you can schedule your videos ahead of time. You just got to create them in advance and you can schedule ahead of time. And then that will be something that will help you win in that area. You just have to do the extra work up front, and then you can benefit from people knowing when your stuff is going to be pushed out and they will come and watch it. And once you have people continuing to watch your videos all the time, you're going to start to see more growth in your channel. And of course, more growth in your channel leads to you unlocking monetization. And of course, you're probably wondering, how much will I really get paid once I actually do build up this channel and I start seeing some success? So I'm going to send you to a video that's going to actually tell you how much I got paid for my first check and how much my student that got monetized in 20 days got paid when he got his first check from YouTube. But if you want to learn more about keyword research, what I'm going to do is also send you to this video. So choose which one you want to do and you can come back to the other later. But I'll see you in one of the next videos.